Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Blogging Blueprints in 2019. So this is the third episode. I promised to make it a very brief course, just like five episodes, so that we will not waste time on excesses and focus on the important part. So this is the third episode um of the three episode course. So in today's course we'll be talking in today's episode rather I'll be talking about selecting a name for your blog, hosting your blog, and installing your blog. It's like basically the technical aspect of the entire process, right? So, uh, for those that are not used to setting up blogs and all of that, it might be a bit technical, but if you take your time to watch over and over again, you definitely understand the concepts of what we're talking about. So, let's do one or two house cleaning so that you understand where we're coming from and where we're going to. So basically there's this argument that should you set up your site on Blogger or on WordPress, should you use free blogging platform or paid blogging platform? Now the truth is, the reason why most businesses don't succeed online is because people don't give you the approach that they will give an offline business. So if you are setting up an offline business, obviously you have to get a shop, you pay for the shop, you stock the shop with different items and all of that. But the same thing should apply to online business as well. If you are setting up a blog or a website or a store, you should pay for the store, right? You should pay for the content and pay for the entire setup. But people don't give you that approach. So the idea is that it is important that you host your website the same way that you set up your online business, the same way you set up an offline business. And one of the ways to get that done is by paying for an actual hosting and setting up your site on your own domain on WordPress. WordPress is much more popular these days. So the idea there is that you are creating a brand. You're not just setting up a site, rather, you are creating a brand of business online. So that is my own argument as regards free blogging platform or paid blogging platform. So obviously, I'm for the paid blogging platform. So now, because you've selected the right niche in the previous video, the next thing I want to do now is selected the appropriate domain name. Now, people make the mistake of there's this thing is very common in Nigeria. People make the mistake of naming their blog something loaded, something uh, different kind of names because they saw a site that is popular. Sorry, that has a similar name. So basically, they think they can also become popular by giving their blog the same name. No, that is not how it works, right? The main idea in naming a blog is by giving it a brandable name, right? A name that people can easily remember, a name that people can easily remember, a name that people can easily relate to. So, and there are times when you name your blog without giving in the without thinking of the perspective of the growth potential that it has. Imagine naming your site something like Niger, Niger News, right? Okay, now let's imagine like your site gets to grow and it becomes bigger. What if you want to expand to other countries in Africa? That's another issue. So basically, you want to go for something that is concise, that is brandable. Sometimes some people even use their name. If you don't have the intention of selling the site in the nearest future, you can use your name anyway. If your name is brandable, not some name that will be difficult to remember. Yeah. So the idea behind selecting domain name is very simple. I have three basic rules. Number one, it must not be more than 10 words. 10 letters rather. It wasn't more than 10 letters. At most 12 letters, right? And it must be something pronounceable. So let's say I'm starting a blog about agricultural business now. I would let's say agric and it's about fish farming. I can say farm empire, farm oh, farm or farmland. Oh no, farmempire.com or something. Yeah, or farmempire.com is actually the name of the game. Or I doubt that will be available. Anyway, so there are different tools for doing that. You can Google search name mesh, name mesh. Mesh is like a big giant tools that lets you check the web for available domain name and it will pair your keywords with different variations. So let's say you are starting a site about farming or about pets. Yeah, we're using pets as an example in the previous video. So let's say you're starting a site about pets and dog, right? So you can just come here and say dog, dog, and let's say dog. No, let's say pets dog, right? So it will generate. You click on generate. Now, most of the suggestions that you find there will not be readily available. So what you would do is you would check through all these ideas. Oh, the number one thing is this. Please always go for .com extension, right? Don't go for any other extension. Most of the time people make the mistake of going for .com, .ng or .ng. While that is not bad, yeah, but I think if you have the .com extension of your domain name available, you should go for it. So always watch out for the .com ideas, right? So these are ideas. This is speed dog. I think I like this one. Yeah, speed dog. So once you find a name that you like, you click on it. You click on it, and it will automatically open on GoDaddy to check if the domain is available or not. So if it's available, you can go ahead and register it. If it is not, oh, imagine this one is available. Spay dog. It sounds nice actually. I don't know what spay dog means. Let me just go search it. So that's the idea behind selecting a brandable domain name. Number one, don't go for something. Oh, imagine. What else should you spay your dog? Oh, so Spain is and I smell what dogs are. Oh, Spain is something that you do to dog. I don't know that. So just come here and check for ideas, right? So come up with different ideas. Make sure it's a .com extension. Make sure it is short. Make sure it doesn't have hyphen in between. Make sure the name is not strange. It is pronounceable, no more than 12 letters. And for the better part, you'll be good to go. And also try to avoid figure in your domain name, like 99 pet dog or 101 pet dog. No, don't do that. So that's the basic idea behind selecting a domain name. Short, brandable, .com extension in most cases. But if you find a superb domain name and you feel like the .com extension is not available, you can try the .com.ng if you're in Nigeria or the. But most of the time, please let's just keep it short and simple and sweet. .com extension, right? Something brandable. So yeah, that's it. Something brandable and something that people can easily remember. So now we discussed how to select the right domain name. The next thing is now most of the time people might not understand the difference between hosting domain. It is very, very complicated. So what I want to do in the next few minutes is to explain what hosting means and what domain means. Basically hosting is like having a computer somewhere on, a computer powered on all the time. That computer stores the files that make up your site. Okay, so now the domain is like a road that leads to that computer. I'm trying to give you an imaginary explanation now. Having a hosting account means you paid for a computer in Europe or in US. That computer is always on all the time, and that computer stores your file all the time. Like your file, the file that makes up your site is on that computer. Now, a domain name is the road that leads to that computer. Like it's the way people can access that, because there are a lot of computers on all over the world. There are a lot of servers. So the domain name is what actually points to your own particular computer. So when I come into a URL, when I launch my browser and I type in oksprout.com, yeah. So what is happening here is this oksprout.com is telling the browser that this is where the file for this site is located. That is like the road to the file that makes up this site. So basically that's the idea behind domain name and hosting. So you need a domain name and you need a hosting account for you to have a functioning website. So most of the time when you buy a hosting account, you pay for you get a free domain name. I think one of the cheapest Nigerian hosts is domainking.com.ng. They have a free domain name offer if you buy a hosting account with them. I've not used domain name before, so I wouldn't know, but I think they are very, very cheap for most Nigerians, and I know most people don't have much money to get started. So you can actually check out Domain King. I'll put my affiliate referral link in the description of this video so that when you buy, I can get some commission as well. So basically, that is the idea. Just come here, you sign up for their hosting account. I think it comes with a free domain name. Like their hosting account comes with a free domain name, so you can check that out and see for yourself. So once you are done with that, once you be able to select your domain name, you come to domainking.com, you select the appropriate package. Most of the time you want to start with just the baby gig plan, because number one, it's the early days, you might not be getting much traffic to your site. So but there's always a room to upgrade as times goes on. So depending on your capability, so you can select a 1 year hosting or 2 years or something like that. But this one is small. 8,000 views per month is small, so you can consider selecting this. Yeah, this is more like it. Wow. So yes, and always try and pay for a year hosting. So I think that is fair. You can always try and pay for a year hosting, or you can go for the baby girl. So depending on your capability, there's always room to upgrade as time goes on. So come here, you select the appropriate one, then you order. And what they do is, if you are going for their WordPress hosting, I think automatically they will install the WordPress for you. So you don't have to pass through the stress of setting up your hosting account and all of that. And if you run into any issue, you can always send them a message and even call them. I think they have a office in Nigeria. They operate from Nigeria, so you can always reach out to them and make inquiries. They have a good I don't know, they have a support thread on Netherland. So yes, so you can try Domain King. I'll put the link in the video description, and from there you can get started. They set up the WordPress for you, or they guide you on the process or support WordPress blog. These are the features that come with it. So now there are a lot of videos online on how to set up WordPress. So it will be a really, really huge waste of time for me to go ahead and say this is what you will do to set up WordPress. So just in case you've purchased your domain name and you've set up the hosting with Domain King, and you are stuck somewhere, just open YouTube and enter how to how to set up WordPress WordPress blog. Yeah, something like that. Oh, yes, how to set up WordPress blog. Let me see if they on Domain King. Let me see if they have. Oh, I'm not sure they have something like that. Anyway, whatever it is that you run into, right? Whatever it is that you run into along, you can always get the answers to it on YouTube. There are videos, lots and lots of videos on the entire process. So that is, I told you how to select the right domain. I told you how to host your site, where to host your site. I told you Domain King is a very good and cheap one for Nigerians, and how to install WordPress. The reason why I cannot go into details for this is because, number one, I don't know how the hosting process for Domain King works, right? I don't know what their backend looks like. So, but with a little, okay, so they have a one-click installation option, which means you don't have to deal with the database and all of that. There should be the option where you just click, you enter your domain name, your preferred URL, and you set up the domain name almost instantly. So basically that's it with setting up the domain name. And what else again? Yes, you install WordPress via the hosting account. Now, once you install WordPress, you have access to something called the WordPress dashboard. So it's always your domain name / wp-admin domain-name.com/wp-admin. That is where you have access to, or that is where you have access to your, sorry. So that is where you have access to the back end of your website. Like whatever happens in the front end is being controlled in the back end. So once you log in with the domain name and password that you select when you are setting up your WordPress, and you should have access to something exactly like this. This one might be black. My own is red because of the theme that is selected. So this one might be black. Your own might be black. By default, it is black. So basically, there are two major things that you want to do. Once you log in, you come here to. Once you log in, you come to settings, and you come to general permalink settings permalink. I want to show you one important thing here. You come to settings and permalink. You come to settings and permalink, and from there you select this post name option. So when I was setting up this blog, I made the mistake of setting the URL at month and name, right? That is a very bad thing to do for SEO right now. So the best settings is post name. You click on this one and you save, but I cannot change it anymore because my site is old, and it will affect all the link that I've gotten to the site. So but when you are setting up, you click on post name, make sure that it's domain/post name or sample post, then save, right? So that is the first thing that I want you to do. Once you have access to your backend, make sure that you do this. It is very, very important. Once you're able to set up the permalink, then you want to come to settings in general. Now by default WordPress allows you to by default, yes, by default you can select your site title, your tagline is like the slogan for your site. You know, when people say MCN everywhere you go, blah blah blah, something like that. So that is what tagline is all about. That is the basic idea behind tagline. So now we've checked the permalink, we've checked, yes. Now the next thing you want to do is come to confirm that your site can be indexed by Google. Now, what happens when you publish a site is that Google crawl it. There's something called Google crawling. Google crawling is when Google will send their bots, like their robots, to check the content of your site and make sense of what the site is all about. So after making sense of what the site is all about, they do something called indexing. Indexing is when they will rate it. Oh, this page is talking about dog food. Now they will look at other pages that are talking about dog food, and they will place your site or that particular page based on the relevance of your content in comparison to others. So they can say, oh fine, let us index it, and in comparison to other pages that are talking about it. Now it is possible for you to stop Google from indexing your page, but by default it is your site will allow search engine to index your site, but which is very very good. In fact, it's important, because if you don't index your page, you will not rank. If you don't rank, you will not get organic visitors. If you don't get organic visitors, you will not make money. So by default, your site is set to allow search engine to index your content. But you might want to just come here and check to make sure that everything is in order. Just go to settings, reading, scroll here, make sure that this box is not marked. Make sure that it is not marked. Don't make sure that there's no tick here, like it is not ticked. Please don't tick it yourself. Make sure that it is not ticked. If it's ticked, your site will not rank, which is a bad thing. Okay, so that is that about the basic house cleaning. Now you want to focus on the appearance of your blog. Now the thing is, WordPress is not complicated, right? There is nothing new about it. If you are used to a computer, or you understand how computer works, you realize that most of the stuff that on WordPress can actually uh, you can actually you can learn them without any special guidance from anybody. You just have to be attentive and be ready to experiment over time. So to change what your site looks like, you can come to appearance and come to theme. That is where you can change the theme of your site. Now there are lots and lots and lots of free themes on WordPress. In fact, you can even Google search to see free. You can just come here and say free cool WordPress theme. There are a lot of free themes on WordPress that, that you don't have to stress yourself about getting a premium theme that is expensive and all of that. Just make sure that the theme is fine and it is responsive. When we say responsive theme, what it means is, when they check on phone, is to adjust itself to the structure of the phone. When they check on on laptop or tablet, is to adjust itself to the structure of the laptop, so of the laptop screen rather. So you can Google search for free WordPress theme and download, or you can just check for the theme here. Just say come to add new. There are free themes there also by default, so you can just check these ones and see, oh fine, this one looks, you can, okay, if you like this one, you can select it, click on install. If you like this one, you can select it, click on install. Just play around with it until you understand how it works. You don't have to spend money on getting a premium theme when there are a lot of free themes all around. So once you install the theme, the next thing you want to do is activate. You select the ones that you like. You can even use filter to search for, this is, I don't, okay, I have a blog, my site is about blogging, and I want it to have a sticky post. I want it to have theme options. I want it to be 2 column. You can just select this filter to see the ones that are suitable for you. Look at these ones, yeah, they look nice actually. So from there you can just come here and see and install, right? You can come here and install and see what your site will look like with the theme. Then once you install, you activate. Now if I'm installing this thing, this is what my site will look like. Hey, it actually looks nice actually. Okay, so that's the idea. Once you install, you activate, everybody's happy. Now that is that about theme. And then the team will give you option to upload your logo and everything. So yes, that's basically it. If you run into any issue, what you have to do is just use Google or YouTube to search for solution. There's nothing new on the internet. Even if there is something new every day, people are coming up with solutions. So your case is not unique per se. Once you have any issue, check Google. Even if you have issue with uploading a theme, just take how to upload your theme on WordPress. You'll find solution. So That's that about that. Upload a theme that you like. Then after that, what you want to do is create important pages, and by so doing, the way to do that is by coming to pages and click on by default, if you install a theme, some other pages might be there that you don't like, right? So you might just want to delete some other pages that you don't like, and the way to do that is just to over the page, then click on trash. Once you trash it, it will be unpublished. Now if you want to create a new page, there are three major pages that you should create once you start your site. Number one, you want to create an about us page, about me page. You want to create a contact page, and I don't know, sometimes it depends. If you are renting a service or any other thing, you might just create a page for anything. Now pages are different from posts. This is very, very important. Pages are different from posts. I'll talk about posts now, but pages are static page. Like there, let me show you an example. Now we have about us page. The content on this page is just static, like basic things, and contact me page. Those are the two major pages that you should create actually for your site. So this is just like every other site. They have a contact us page. Just write something about yourself, about your site, and the contact about page, yes, and the contact me page is for making sure that people have access to you when they want to reach out sorry, via email. Right, I'll show you how to set up this contact us form. There's no big deal about it. So make sure that you create those two pages and you publish it, and that's that for pages. If you have any other service that you want to talk about, you can just create a page for it. Then now let's talk about okay, yes, let's talk about creating the contact me page. Now for the contact me page, you see this form here. Creating it is very, very simple. It was generated by a plugin. I did not write the code and all of this for the all of that for this one. So the way to do it is this, very, very simple. You come to your plugin. There's something called plugin on WordPress. Plugin is like extension or features. You know, when you buy a phone and you buy casing for its screen cover, that's like the accessories, right? So you come to plugin and you click on add new, right? So plugin is like, plugin gives your site the how do I put it? Plugin gives your site the extra styling that is needed. So one of the plugins that was used in creating the plugin that was used in creating this form is called contact. I think contact form 7, something like that. So to create that form on your page, all you have to do is go to, I'm trying to search for the name of the plugin. Can't seem to find it anyway. It's been a while since I logged on to the back end of this site. I rarely do anything on it. So okay, this network is poor. But anyway, the central idea is that just search for contact form 7. Contacts form 7. Oh, can't find it here. Anyway, just search for contact form 7. This is how to do it. Come to here, click on add new, and search for contacts form. Yeah, see, this is contacts form 7. It's showing updates because I have it installed on my site already. So basically, this contact form 7 allows you to just follow simple options and set up your contact form on any page or any post that you want to work on. So that's basically what it is. And when you're on the page, when you are on the page that you want to create, let's say you just when you're on the page that I want to add the form, just come to pages, add new. I want to show you how the contact form works. Add new pages, add new. Let's say contact us. Then you click here. See this option, add contact form. You just click on it. That is what the contact form 7 does. You follow. Okay, you want the name, email, website, and just click on add this form. Then email notification. You enter your personal email so that whenever people fill out the message, the form, you get notified directly your email. Right? It is that simple. And you can always reply via. Once you select the things that you wanted, you just click on add this form to my post. Pop, you have it already. So that's about that. So yes, now let me talk about posts. I'm giving you a quick overview of these things because I know if you get stuck, you can always go on Google or YouTube to find answers to your issue. So now posts is basically what it is. It's a blog post that comes up every day. It's different from page. Post is like post is what you use to create your content, consistent content every day. So this is an example of a typical post: tomato farming in Nigeria. And this article was published in June 2017. So yeah, yes, this is a typical example of a post. And if you to create new post, you just come to post, you add new. Now, one thing I want you to take note, I'll probably talk more about this one when I'm talking about content creation and content promotion in the next episode. So you give your post a title. Let's say how to be a super blogger, something like that. Yeah, this is a title. The stuff that you see here is a title, right? So, and what else again? Then you put in the content of your post here, blah 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 blah. If you are used to Microsoft Word, you know that these things. If you are used to Microsoft Word, you know that this thing is just like a typical Microsoft Word editor. Bold, paragraph, you can select headlines here, you can align to the center, left or right. If you want to link to a particular post, you just enter the details here, you highlight and you click on this link, you search for the keyword or for the post, or you insert the URL. So these things you can always Google search how to post on WordPress. That's the basic idea behind it, right? So yeah, because I'm not looking forward to save this post. So that's the idea behind posting on your site. No, yes, so those are the basic things really. And for plugin, by default you want to have some plugins by default on your site. Number one, you want to have the contact form 7 that we talked about. You want to make sure that it is installed on your site. There's something called Jetpack. I'll list some of the plugins. In fact, let me put it somewhere here so that I can remember after this video. Okay, sorry. Okay, yes, I'll list some of the plugins that is needed. So number one, contact us form 7. Number two, Akismet is for preventing spam comments. Please try and install it on your site. And Yoast SEO, Jetpack by WordPress, Yoast SEO, and what else again? I'll list the plugins. So what you do is Yoast SEO, yeah. So Yoast SEO, Jetpack by WordPress, contact form 7, and WordFence Security. This is for preventing hackers from hacking your site. So basically those are the major ones. I'll list them in the description of this video so that you can just search for them. When you want to install, you have to do is come here, plugin, add new. You can search for the name of the plugin and search for the name of the plugin here. Just say Yoast SEO to come up. You can install it directly. There's no big deal about it. Yeah, it's showing active here because I have it installed already. So install and activate. Now we are done with the basic part of setting up your site. We've talked about post pages, we've talked about the general settings, we talked about contact us form page, and basically those are the major things that you have to put in order to get your site going. Other things you can always learn on the job, right? So the truth is you should not be scared of all of these things. Like, it's not complicated. Most of the time students will reach out to me via email and say they've never done anything. Like, nobody learns this thing from heaven, right? So you can always learn if you are committed to it in your heart. So yeah, also there's something called Gravatar. You want to set up your profile on Gravatar, just come to users and all user, or let's say add new, no, users and your profile, because you are the only one on the site. Users, your profile. So Gravatar basically allows you to display your picture at the end of your post, something like this. This is the work of Gravatar, right? So you can come here and fill out your details here, right? Then you can just go search Gravatar. Gravatar is now a part of WordPress. So just go search Gravatar, global recognized avatar. Click on it and sign up, right? Sign up for Gravatar. Then upload your image on it and use the same email on your profile here. Yeah, the same email that you're using for Gravatar, use it here. then save. Automatically your pictures will start appearing on your site, and anywhere you comment with that same picture, with that same email, your picture will start appearing there. So basically that's it. And also the other thing, how to upload images on WordPress. Just come to you can do it in two ways. Number one, you can either do it when you are working on your post, or you can do it as a separate entity on your site. So but most of the time it's common to do it when you're working on your post. So let me show you an example of how it is done when you're working on a post. So you just come to the post. Let's say you're working on it already, like it's on the admin phase, you're working on it already. Just come, edit. This network is slow. Oh, my network is poor, eh? Anyway, you can always Google search how to add images to post on WordPress. Just basically come here. Once the post is well loaded and be fully loaded, then you come here, you place your cursor wherever you want the image to be, then you click on this add media option. You click on upload, select file, you select it to come up with a dialog box, then select the appropriate file on your laptop. Yeah, it's also a PDF, and you click on open. Automatically it will, and you click on insert post once it's uploaded, and you are good to go. Then you save and publish if you want to publish, or you save as draft if you want to save as draft. So basically that's it. In the next episode I'll talk to you about yes, I talked about all of this already. Now you might want to get a designer to work on your logo for you, or if you are starting very small, you might just do the logo yourself. And okay, yeah, one last aspect of setting up your site, right, before we go into the content aspect, it's called installing analytics and search console. This video is running very long, but I promise myself that this course will not be more than 5 episodes, so you have to work very fast. Now, two things, there are two approaches to getting this done. Number one, you want to come to plugin and add a new plugin. Yeah, you add a new plugin, then go to Google and type in Google Analytics. First thing is you want to sign up for Google Analytics. Google Analytics is basically a tools that allow you to see where your visitors are coming from, what is the searches they are using to land on your page, and the number of times they are spending on your page, right? So that is the idea behind Google Analytics. You want to set up Google Analytics for yourself. Because I have Google Analytics installed already, right? So this interface might be new to you. Yeah, it might not be extremely relevant to your case because I have Google Analytics installed already. So this is the good approach to it. You just come to Google Analytics. If you are a first timer, you sign up for Google Analytics to ask you for your name, your time, your location, and all of that, and the name of your website. You enter all the details, and you it will give you a code, a tracking code. Just don't worry about the tracking code. And on your site, you come here to add plugins, then you enter Google Analytics. You search for Google Analytics for WordPress. Google Analytics, yeah, this is it. Google Analytics for WordPress. Just search for the name of that plugin. This is it. Yes, this is one I wanted to install, right? Google Analytics for WordPress. Just click on install, and automatically it would. Now you come to settings. Oh, sorry. You it's been a while since I navigate this page, right? So I think Google Analytics for WordPress has a menu option here. Trying to find it. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm trying to find the option. Okay. Tools, settings. I can't find it anymore. I don't know where it is. Anyway, there should be an option here. Oh yeah, go back to the dashboard. There should be a Google Analytics for WordPress option there. Scroll down somewhere around here. Yes, awesome. Yeah, just once you set it up, just find the Google Analytics for WordPress option, and I know there is an option here, really, not this approach that I'm taking. There's an option to set up Google Analytics. I just can't find it. Oh no. I can't find the option to edit the plugin. So basically, you might have to use another plugin. I think that other one is still. So you come to plugin, Google, search for Google. That's a Google Analytics for WordPress. But instead of the Google, oh yes, instead of the one we installed the other time, this one, just use this one by MonsterInsight, Google Analytics dashboard by MonsterInsight. Just install that one and activate it. I think this one is much more easier to use as compared to this one. I used to use this one, but I don't know. Can't find it. Oh, okay. I think it was not installed in the first instance. Anyway, just install Google Analytics for WordPress by MonsterInsight, then activate. Now, I'm not tracking the traffic on this site with any of those plugins. Actually, I told you this is one of my sites that I really work on because it's a Nigerian site, and basically I'm not monetizing it. It's just there for having a Nigerian site purpose actually. So once you install the plugin, my network is taking a while. So just ask you to set up your site, and once you are logged on to your, remember we signed up for Google Analytics initially, like yes, we did that. So what you will do is come to this place and see this insight. Yes, this is option I was searching for. Insight, then you click on settings, and from there you click on authenticate with your Google account. So basically this one will redirect to the Google Analytics page Analytics account that we created initially. Just allow it, and you select the appropriate options. Oh, this network is slow. You select the appropriate options, and from there, this is basically the process, right? You select the appropriate option, and you select the files that you are targeting, and you lock the selection. If you are stuck at any point, you can just Google search how to activate Google Analytics for WordPress in MonsterInsight. That's just it. So yes, once you are done with that, you want to sign up for what we call Google Webmaster Tool or Search Console. Just Google Search Console. So the two major things. Search Console basically tell you how well your site is doing on search engine. Google Analytics tells you where your visitors are coming from. Search Console tell you the way Google see your site, right? So click on Search Console here. Once you're on that page, click on Search Console and sign up. When you sign up, select. Oh, yeah. When you sign up, select. It will ask you for some details and how to verify your site, that you are the owner of the site. So you select Google Tag Manager in the option and you save. Because you've installed Google Analytics on your site, automatically it will identify your site. You can also Google search any of this process. There's nothing complicated about the entire process. So basically that's it. That's all about signing up and activating Google search engine and setting a basic setup process for your site. Remember, it's a crash course. It's not supposed to be slow, it's supposed to be a fast one where you just get an idea of what we are talking about. Then from there, you go on to research more and establish yourself as an expert. So that's it for this episode. See you in the next episode.